Let's take up critical constants. First, we are taking critical temperature. The temperature above which a gas cannot be liquefied, whatever pressure is applied, is called critical temperature. That is, a gas has to be cooled below a particular temperature, and then if we apply pressure, it can be liquefied. It is denoted by Tc, which is equal to 8A over 27 Br. A and B are van der Waals constants and R is gas constant. Next, we are defining critical pressure denoted by Pc. The minimum pressure required to liquefy a gas at its critical temperature is called critical pressure, and Pc is equal to A over 27 B square, where A and B are van der Waals constant. Next, we are taking critical volume Vc. The volume occupied by 1 mole of the gas at critical temperature and critical pressure is called critical volume, and Vc is equal to 3B. Liquefaction of gases. On increasing the pressure, gas can be easily liquefied because intermolecular force of attraction between gas molecules increases. On decreasing the temperature, kinetic energy of gaseous molecules decreases. That is why gas can be easily liquefied. Temperature of the gas must be lower than critical temperature in order to liquefy the gas. Next, we take up numerical based on these laws. Volume of given amount of a gas at 57 degrees centigrade and constant pressure is 425.8 centimeter cube. If the temperature is decreased to 37 degrees centigrade at constant pressure, then what will be the volume? How to solve it? First, we see that pressure is constant. Now, because pressure is constant, so we will apply Charles law. And Charles law is V1 over T1 is equal to V2 over T2. Initial volume is 425.8 centimeter cube. Final volume we have to find out. Initial temperature is 57 degrees centigrade, which will convert into Kelvin by adding 273. So we will get 330 Kelvin. T2 will be 273 plus 37, 310 Kelvin. We substitute the values, so V2 will come out to be 425.8 into 310 divided by 330. So answer comes out to be 400 centimeter cube. Next question, at what temperature the volume of given amount of gas at 25 degrees centigrade becomes twice when the pressure is kept constant? Now this is also based on Charles law. V1 over T1 is equal to V2 over T2. Initial volume, let us take V. Final volume will become twice of V. And temperature initial is 298 Kelvin. And we have to find out final temperature. So we will write V over 298 is equal to 2V over T2. So T2 comes out to be 298 into 2, which comes out to be 596 Kelvin. That is the answer. Next question, 4 gram of oxygen and 2 gram of hydrogen are kept in 1 liter container at 0 degree centigrade. Calculate the total pressure. Here we have to use ideal gas equation. PV is equal to nRT. Pressure we want to find out. Volume is equal to 1 liter. N is equal to number of moles. Now we have 4 gram of oxygen. We divide by 32. So we get number of moles of oxygen. 2 grams of hydrogen. 2 will be divided by 2 to get number of moles of hydrogen. Total number of moles come out to be 1.125. Value of R is 0.0821 liter atmosphere per Kelvin per mole. Temperature is 0 degree centigrade plus 273 equal to 273 Kelvin. So pressure will come out to be 1.125 into 0.0821 into 273 divided by 1. So the answer comes out to be 25.2 atmosphere. Next question, a gaseous mixture of 0.336 gram of nitrogen and 11.2 gram of oxygen is taken in a 10 liter flask at 27 degrees centigrade. Calculate the partial pressure and total pressure of each gas. First we find out number of moles of nitrogen, which will be equal to mass of nitrogen 0.336 divided by molecular mass of nitrogen 28. It comes out to be 0.012 moles. Number of moles of oxygen will be 11.2 divided by 22.4 equal to 0.5 moles. Partial pressure of N2 will be equal to nRT divided by V. N is 0.012, R is 0.0821 into temperature 27 degrees centigrade plus 273 comes out to be 300 Kelvin divided by 10 liters because 10 liter is the volume of the container. On calculation, we get 0.029556. Rounding off, you get 0.0296 atmosphere. The unit of pressure here should be atmosphere because value of R we have taken in liter atmosphere per Kelvin per mole. Partial pressure of oxygen will be equal to 0.05 into 0.0821 into 300 divided by 10. It comes out to be 0.12315. So total pressure will be equal to 0.0296 plus 0.12315. It comes out to be 0.1527 atmosphere, which is the total pressure of oxygen as well as nitrogen. Next question, if the pressure of gas is reduced by 25%, then what should be the temperature required to make its volume twice at STP? So according to the combined gas equation, PV over T is equal to P1 V1 over T1. Initial pressure at STP, if we take 76 centimeter, so the final pressure P1 will be equal to 25% is reduced. So remaining is 75%, which will come out to be 57 centimeter. It is reduced by means it's reduced by 25% means reduced by 19 and final is 57. V is equal to N and V1 is equal to 2N. So T is equal to 273. T1 we have to find out. 76 into V divided by 273 is equal to 57 is equal to twice of V divided by T1. So T1 if you calculate 273 into 57 into 2 divided by 76, 409.5 Kelvin is the final answer. Next question, under similar conditions, 160 ml of hydrocarbon diffuse in 16 minutes and 150 ml of sulfur dioxide diffuse in 30 minutes. If the molecular weight of sulfur dioxide is 64, then find out the molecular weight of hydrocarbon. For hydrocarbon, initial volume is given to be 160 ml. Time is 16 minutes. M1 we have to find out. For sulfur dioxide, volume is given to be 150 ml. Time is given to be 30 minutes. M2 is 64. So we apply Graham's law of diffusion. V1 over T1 divided by V2 over T2 is equal to square root of M2 over M1. 160 over 16 divided by 150 over 30 is equal to square root of 64 divided by M1. So it comes out to be 2 is equal to 64 over M1 square root. We take squares both sides, so we get 4 is equal to 64 over M1. M1 comes out to be 64 by 4, that is 16. So the hydrocarbon molecular weight is 16 grams per mole. Now average velocity of CO2 at temperature T1 Kelvin and maximum possible velocity of CO2 at the temperature T2, it should be most probable velocity, at temperature T2 is equal to 9 into 10 to the power 4 centimeter per centimeter. We have to calculate the temperature T1 and T2. Average velocity is equal to 8 RT over m pi square root. And maximum possible velocity means most probable velocity, which is equal to square root of 2 RT by m. So average velocity is equal to most probable velocity. Both are equal to 9 into 10 to the power 4 centimeter per second. If we want to convert into meter per second, it will be 9 into 10 to the power 2 meter per second. So 9 into 10 to the power 2 is equal to 8 into 8.314 into T1 divided by 3.14 into 44 into 10 to the power minus 3 whole square root. This we have taken molecular weight in kilograms per mole. 44 into 10 to the power minus 3 is kilograms per mole for carbon dioxide. The next 9 into 10 power 2 will be equal to 2 RT by m, 2 into 8.314 into T2 divided by molecular weight 44 into 10 to the power minus 3 kilogram per mole. On solving, T1 comes out to be 1682.5 Kelvin and T2 comes out to be 2143.4 Kelvin. Next, we are going to solve the numerical based on average kinetic energy. Calculate the average kinetic energy of 8 gram molecules of methane at 27 degrees centigrade. Total kinetic energy is equal to 3 by 2 nRT. Number of moles in 8 gram of methane is equal to 8 by 16, that is 0.5 moles. Molecular weight of methane is 16. R is equal to 8.314 joules per Kelvin per mole. Temperature is 27 plus 273 is equal to 300 Kelvin. So kinetic energy is equal to 0.5 into 3 by 2 into R 8.314 into 300. It comes out to be 1870.65 joules. Average kinetic energy we will divide by number of moles and Avogadro's number. So 1870.65 divided by Avogadro's number into 0.5. The answer comes out to be 6.23 into 10 power minus 21 joules.